Hi, in this video we'll be listening to Malala Yousafzai. Malala came to light in 2012 when she was shot by the Taliban at the age of 15 for being an advocate for girl education. In this video we'll be hearing her talk about how she used courage to overcome fear and how she made her voice heard despite all the opposition. I'll see you on the other side of the video.
At that time, when we were facing terrorism in Swat, and especially in 2009, the radio mullah, which we call him, he announced on radio that from the 15th of January 2009, no girl is allowed to go to school.
No girls to school.
No girl is allowed to go to school. And if she goes, then you know what we can do. So that was his threat. What they did, they used to flog girls, they used to flog women. They also slaughtered people in the squares of Mingora. They treated people like animals. Usually on Big Eid, we celebrate 2 Eid in a year. On Big Eid, they say that usually we slaughter animals with 4 legs. But this time we are going to slaughter animals, calling human beings, with 2 legs. And they did bomb blasts in mosques. They did not even respect the mosques. At that time, they blasted more than 400 schools. And in the whole province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, they have blasted 1,500 schools. Now you can imagine how much education is affected in Pakistan and in Swat. At that time, I did not want to be silent because I had to live in that situation forever. And it was a better idea because otherwise they were going to kill us. So it was a better idea to speak and then be killed. So I said, I'll speak up for my rights. I learned from my father. I learned from some other people who were speaking at that time. And I said that even though I'm a small child, my voice would not have that much power. It would not be that much strong. It would be immature kind of voice, but I will speak. And there are different ways that you can speak through. Through interviews, through writing articles in newspapers, through writing blog. And media at that time played a vital role because the world was not aware what was happening in Swat. We spoke, we raised our voice, media transported our voice, and the whole world were listening to it. And that. So I used to think that if you, I was thinking, having a picture in my mind, I'm going back home and a Talib comes and he has a gun and he wants to shoot me. So I said that, first I thought that I would just take my shoes and hit him. But then I said, if I hit him with a shoe and if I become cruel to him, it means that there is no difference between me and that Talib. He's also choosing a harsh way for his goal. So I shall not use that harsh way. Then I said, Malala, speak to him what you have in your heart. At that time when I said the first diary of the first day when I was talking to the BBC correspondent, I did not know that is anyone going to listen to it? Would it be heard by anyone? Does it have an impact? But I was sure about one thing, that Malala, you are doing what you should do and what's your responsibility. Because I believe that when your people, when your land are in such a hard and such in a difficult situation, then you must speak. So at that time, I spoke. So I was not realizing that is anybody listening to it. But then later on, when I found that the whole world listened to it, they read it, and they tried to understand what was happening in Swat. So yes, we do not realize at that time, but when we speak, our voices are heard. And I would like to tell every girl that whenever they need to speak, and if they want to speak, they must. And they must not think that writing just one article would not bring change. Writing, having one interview with that channel, it doesn't have an impact. It has. It's the best you can do. And it was the best that I could do. And we did it.
Northern Ireland?
I think an important thing that you should know at this stage, 12, 13 years of age, is that don't think that you are young and you can't do something. When I was writing the blog for BBC, I was just 11 years old. When I started speaking out, that was my age, the age which you are at. So don't think that your age can stop you from going forward. As we talk about gender, as we talk about religion and all these things, age is also one of them. So don't think you're young, so you don't have ideas and your ideas won't work. And sometimes we just think I'm young, so I'm not at the stage where I can just make a bigger change and I can explore all the big ideas. Age cannot put limit to what you want to do. So come forward and do the things that you want to do. Don't think that one day I will grow up and I'll do things. Don't wait for the stage. Well, the important part of our life is questioning. We should ask questions. We should have this ability to say why, because sometimes we are motivated quite easily, and this is what was happening in Pakistan, because you would see a scholar and that scholar would pretend that this scholar knows everything, which might not be true, and would tell people this is the message, and according to this message in Islam, you have to kill all non-Muslims, or the Shias' views are different to ours, so you should kill all Shias. So we have created this idea that you are not allowed to question, but I think we should encourage the youngsters, the young generation, that you should ask questions like why. We always have fear in our heart. We are afraid of ghosts, we are afraid of spiders. But in this 21st century, when we were in Swat, we were afraid of humans. We were not afraid of any spider, any ghost, any dragon. We were afraid of humans. But fear does not mean that you would stop. And our courage was more powerful than our fear. And that's why the courage defeated that fear. And still, that courage that you are giving me, that God is giving me, is defeating the fear. And I'm hopeful that I will never lose hope, and I'm hopeful that you will support me. Dear friends, on the 9th of October 2012, the Taliban shot me on the left side of my forehead. They shot my friends too. They thought that the bullet would silence us, but they failed. And out of that silence came thousands of voices. The terrorists thought that they would change my aims and stop my ambitions. But nothing changed in my life except this: weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, and courage was born. Welcome back. If there's any part of the video that you found inspirational, please share with everyone else by leaving a comment below. If you have any special requests for us to do a video on an entrepreneur or celebrity, send us an email or leave a comment below. I will have a look into doing that for you. Don't forget to have a look around on the YouthVation.com blog, and also to like our social media pages. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.